sure we're all in tune with give your E. What's up? We're Vericose. While Connor's going to look for the synth guy, I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. Y'all like barbecue? No way. Well, this story is about a very different kind of barbecue. It's called Desert Barbecue. I hope you enjoy it. Well, the grand scheme of things is scheming again. And Captain Ahab is waving his knife in the kitchen. Fire Brussels till every muscle tatters. The grand scheme of things is still scheming, and hypothetical woman leans up against the bar. And she's polishing a glass. And through the glass, she refracts into a billion different versions of herself. And each version has different ideas of herself. And different ideas and different ideas and different ideas and different versions of herself. And as the glass refracts, her face sparkles like a cum shot from God. And God opens the door and you walk out of the terminal, and we walk out of the terminal. And there's Casey, our old friend. He's got a fold-out chair and he's lounging out by the baggage claim. And his Western garb stands in stark contrast to the modernist architecture of the airport. You ready to grab some food? I'm starving, I say. Casey says, we're going to an authentic desert barbecue. I'm not sure if you're gonna like it, but I know you'll have something to write about. That's fine with me, I say. And we exit the airport and walk out onto a long stretch of sidewalk that stretches infinitely to the horizon, and on either side we're sandwiched by ocean in all directions. And there's a storm coming in, and all my friends are playing in the waves. And I'm kind of paranoid, and I want to tell them to stop, but, you know, I don't want to project my paranoia onto them, so I just don't. I try not to think about it, you know. And I see my grandmother scribbling frantically in a notebook. She writes with such concentration, it's as if it's life or death. What are you writing, I ask. And And she sighs as if it's such a burden to answer, and she says, I'm documenting and cataloging all of the micro tragedies of every second of every day. And I ask, what do you mean by micro tragedies? And she says, I mean the building blocks for the grand scheme of things that's always scheming and always has been. They keep scheming again. In every cranny of every conversation, of every awkward pause, of every potential awkward pause, the mild existential discomfort rediscovered in the air ventilation. Oh, okay, that sounds like a noble pursuit, I say. And, good luck with that. And I get to thinking about all the micro tragedies that make up a lifetime. And as I'm looking out into the sidewalk that has no end, and we keep walking, I asked Casey about how much longer till we get to the gathering, till we get to the barbecue. Casey says, I don't know, it just depends on traffic. And I think about, what does traffic even mean in this instance when we're just kind of this one-dimensional hive mind moving forward into the stratosphere? And just as I'm thinking about this, my thoughts are interrupted by a scream as my sister and my grandmother and my siblings are sucked into the ocean. And I see them, and on the surface, their bodies are distorted like watercolors, like psychedelic drip paintings and versions of themselves as they scatter across the universe. And I dive in. And as I get closer to the water, I realize that it's shifting into the desert. And before I know it, as I make contact, I'm in the desert of bad things. And it's cold, it's dark. The only light I see is a fire in the distance. As I start to walk through the fire, I hear a smacking sound. Echoing. And as I walk, I step over bodies or piles of clothing I can't really tell, like they're scattered across the desert in one eternal one-night stand that's been going on since the beginning of time. It never really started and it never really ended, but I just keep walking towards the fire. And the smacking gets louder, more persistent. And I can make out shapes against the fire, silhouettes of horned creatures with feathers. One man in particular is doing something to the fire. Some kind of dance. As I look closer, I see that it's not a dance, and he has a horned creature bent over the fire. With every thrust, she's shoved into the flames. But on her face, instead of fear, is a look of complete acceptance. And I get the sense from watching this that I've stumbled upon something timeless or outside of time that's not any kind of westernized, exoticized, plagiarized version of some carbon copy of any kind of ritual. But ritual isn't the right word because there's no start and there's no end. And I look closer As her face is eaten up by the flames and she dives into the coals, and her hair turns to flames, and the flames turn to ashes, and the ashes turn to dandelions, and the dandelions turn to fireworks and birds into the night sky, and they swirl up like a great Van Gogh. And just then Casey says to me, you know, I like Texas brisket barbecue a little better, but when in Rome. And then he assumes the same composition of the girl, taking off all of his clothes, getting on all fours next to the fire, assuming the position of the thrusty above the flames as he stares into them. And I'm thinking about nothing, and I'm looking into the fire, and Casey says, you know, you can really disappear into a fire. It's one of those things that you don't have to think about anything at all. And I think about that, and I think about how you could have all the will to power and all the power to will the world, but you still wouldn't be able to escape the grand scheme of things and the accumulations of micro-tragedies as they accumulate into a megazord that rattles you and chokes your throat. And he says, you know, that's what I like about desert barbecue. It's just about being present. And I ask him, can you talk some more about nothing? And I whip out my tape recorder. And he says, you know, the thing about nothing is you just have to experience it for yourself. mine. Could you lend me yours? All these jazz cats make me look like a clown, 'cause big jazz is keeping me down. Adam Wilsheimer! Guitar! This is an appropriate time for me to talk. Everybody's doing the musical chairs thing. Thanks so much to everybody that made this happen. Heck House, Rubber Feet, Liam Hyper Olympic, Comrade Launchpad. Shit was wild. Can't thank you enough for the invitation. And yeah, we're Vericose. Vericose .01 on Instagram. We have merch over there for sale. We're gonna be coming back to Atlanta again, so come check us out. This one's about gambling. chain. With the fucking brother, sister, sober littles, men, they tend to turn and go, and I have finished, don't go, and I'll be fucking with this. Listen, the description doesn't fit, it's not a synonym for medicine. spitages burn like 6 furnaces. London digits simultaneously dispelling one trick. Bony miss, isn't he? Born adolescence, fucking 6. Energy and crawling down facts like a rich centipede. Black ceramic can slap a hand out of catch a cow. Cabbage out and thrash a meat. Then let the crack it out. Crack-a-lacking like shot cracker popping your ammo off. Hide your face and throw your flannels off, sweatshirt.
Trying to boost rock rock.
Brutus in that booth till a scoop hard, vomit up, sub rockin', thud knockin'.
Bro, I don't fuck with no cop.
Pull with that faux suck.
HBO with stovetop.
Passionless with old time clothing, and the doors wide open, and the floodlights focus, and the floodlights focus.
Like it's nothing, cause it's nothing, bitch.
City that's recession in. Likes to raid pedal with metal and raid pennies in. Testament's trying to stay Jekyll-ish, and most people hide, and Brenda just stay pregnant. Breaking news is less important when the Lakers lose his lad, and that baby food hands trying to make it through. Fish-netted legs with the eyes that she hated to. Right dirty is the sky that you're praying to. Here I sit, eye in the pyramid. God spitting like it's serum in that beer, and then disappear again, reappear, bearded on top of a leer, steering it into the kid's ear again. Provider of the backdrop music for the crack rock user and the mascot. Rod in the skin, kneecap on the blacktop, salivary glands, lighter fluid for the matchbox striking. Thanks. How's it going? Thanks. Thanks for the replies. That's what we were going for. Thanks. Can we do a little more what the fuck? Is that okay? Want to do some yeah song? That's an affirmative. This is the affirmative song. So this song is really close to my heart. It's about a really sad song about addiction and consequences of drug abuse. I'm of course kidding. It's about the good things about drug abuse. Yeah, it's on Bandcamp. Again, we have merch over there, if you're interested. No. Well, sorry. Yeah, we'll get on that. Yeah. Check that guy out. Hit up Comrade for your CD needs. Hit it up. We have a lot of clothing. That's our thing. Way too much clothing. It's pretty cheap. We stitch it. We get the stuff from the thrift store. We tie-dye it and sew the patches on there. Yeah, really ethical, really down-to-earth stuff. All right. Took some of that. Took some of that, yeah. Took some of that, yeah. Give me some of that. Some of that, yeah! Give me some of that! Let's speed it up. Yeah. Took some of that. Took some of that, yeah. Give me some of that, yeah. I took some of that. Took some of that, yeah. Some of that, yeah. Took some of that, yeah. Yeah. That's pretty good, right? Yup. Thanks again. We're Vericose. Thanks so much for sticking around. It means a lot. Y'all were awesome. Really appreciate the energy. Thank you. And I'll be over there by the clothing. Thanks again.
The birds and the bees help to plant the seeds, allow all the trees to grow. The trees drop the leaves, shake the ground, it makes the soil fertile. The ciliated network spread, break the whole thing down. The west side goes back up through the roots, grow deep in the ground, and you know that it's true. Oh, everything's connected, there's no me, there's no you.
What's up?
We are part of a new tradition here at Heck House.
Which is?
They want us to sign like their little fans that they have, and they're gonna have like a band wall.
Oh, no way!
Our little declaration of independence.
I'm trying to tingle. Is this you?
Oh, this is ours.
I'm about to sign this shit. Yes, I'll let you go.
They inspired us tonight to start a new tradition. They're so awesome that
I'm putting myself on the door.
Sweet. So
That's awesome.
we're starting to see.
You gotta write a little message for Heck House.
See ourselves as one.
So y'all are Georgia?
We're kind of from Nashville. We all met in Alabama, but we've lived in Nashville for about 8 or 9 months. 2 days. Hell yeah.
I said, take my hand now, brother, and even if you can, it's got a hold on you, it's got a hold on me too. Have some love for your mother, and look after the land. The sacred ended, so we were all put in a grove. And you got a
That's a nice closing scene, yeah.
Time will turn around. It's time to turn around. Hear these words. Because my people, we all got to take a stand. Really are progressing, kind of kicking down the pain. Got to help each other now.